Here we are, Thursday. Man, the days go by fast, don't they? Thursday, public rundown for February 16th. We talked last on Tuesday, Valentine's Day. I forgot to mention in the last rundown that Valentine's Day is a special day, as we all know. But it's a real special day for Lake Fork. One of the biggest bass ever caught on Lake Fork was named Valentine. And she was caught by Larry Barnes. And I think she was 16 pounds in that range, I think. But Valentine was a very, very big fish, and she was caught on Valentine's Day. That's why she was named Valentine's. So big shout out again to Larry Barnes and Valentine, the big bass. She spent a lot of time in the tank. It was pretty cool. Definitely a neat deal. I believe it was Larry Barnes, pretty sure. The lake, let's talk about the lake. So the lake is still rising. We are now 2.3 feet below full pool, 400.74. The water clarity is pretty dirty in a lot of places. There's still some clarity, depends on where you are. I fished yesterday, I was in the Dale Creek area. Back of the creek, dirty. Get out the mouth, pretty clean. I went across the lake over to Indian Creek, for example, and found the water real dirty. So the creeks that really flow fast, flow heavy, those areas are really dirty. Your flatter, slow-flowing creeks, a little less dirty, but pretty good stained water. 0 to 1 foot visibility. I saw 49 degrees to 52 degrees. I think 52.3 was the warmest water I could find yesterday. And fishing's tough. I'm not going to lie to you. It's tough, but it's so on the brink. It's so ready. We're just a few weeks away from March. Where more importantly, it's not the date or the month that we're stating, it's the temperatures. We're just sitting at that 52 degree mark where at 54 degrees, crawfish begin to spawn and mate and breed. They really start to get active. The whole lake comes alive. The gizzard shad, for example, they're already starting to move around. The loon has shown up on Lake Fork. The loon is huge. Where the loon is, the food is. The loon does a lot of shopping and moving. But when you see the loon return dive in a certain area, or a bunch of loons that stay in an area where they dive, leave, come back and dive in that same area, there's food there. And a lot like the loons coming to that food source, the bass come to that food source. So pay attention to the loons. They're really, really huge. If you really want to learn more about the loon and birds themselves, you should subscribe to Let's Talk Fishing, because I just did a 51-minute video about the birds and how the birds of all species, blue herons, white egrets, seagulls, terns, coots, the loon itself. I did a 51-minute video that talks about in detail how the fishermen can use birds and how the birds help the fishermen of all types in the ocean, and especially us here on Lake Fork, bass fishing. But the lake's fishing tough, and what I do know is there's a couple ways to catch fish. You're going to grind when it's cold. The next couple of days it's going to get really cold. tomorrow night, freezing temperatures, and the lake is sitting again in a cold spot. Your jig in the creeks and the creek swings on the wood is probably one of your best. If you're a live scoper, you can definitely find them with a live scope and throw some different varieties of baits like jerk baits, Alabama rigs, swim jigs on those live scope fish. Sometimes they're easier to find right now than to get to bite. But they're suspending in the mouths of the creeks and the mouths in the trees, anywhere from, a lot of the trees that they're suspending in are in 30, 40 feet of water, and they're suspending from 5 to 8 feet in those trees. Those are some catchable fish too. You got to work for them. But most of what I know is being caught is by covering a lot of water and fishing super, super, super shallow. And I mean 0 to 1 foot. Spinner baits, chatter baits, and square bills. You just got to put your trolling motor in go. Pay attention to sun-baked areas. Areas that have more sunshine on them will be more odds higher of worm trending. That foot of water warms up every day. So your midday afternoon bite is definitely better. Bridge corners, concrete, things like that. Areas that can warm up. Think that. But here's the thing. That's just for this weekend. Starting next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, pretty much the daytime highs and nighttime lows More importantly, the nighttime lows don't go below 50 degrees. There's one night, I think Wednesday night, where it's 49 degrees. But starting Sunday, we have a warm trend. And by the end of the week, so within another week from today, the backwaters of Lake Fork should be a lot warmer, and the fish are going to move into it. It's going to happen fast, like that. So we have 4 or 5 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that it's not going to be a big warm trend in the main lake itself because it's got a body of water. It may not change but a couple of degrees, but the backwaters, especially if we have low winds and sheltered areas, the backwaters, places like Long Branch, and places that are sheltered from the north winds. South winds blows warm water in, but the places that are sheltered from north winds will absolutely warm trend next week, and the backwaters and the fish are going to be back there as far back as you can go. They're going to be shallow, 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 shallow. You can't fish shallow enough, I promise, okay? Like I said, I'm looking at a couple cool baits right here. I'm looking at a square bill. I'm looking at a really awesome spinner bait. I've got a couple baits in this bag and a couple baits in this box right here that I'm going to share here with the members only in just a few minutes. And this weekend, you're going to grind. It's cold. It's going to be cold, 29 degrees tonight, 29 degrees tomorrow night. But right around the corner, we're going to catch a lot of fish right here on Lake Fork. The big ones are coming. It's time to spawn. I can't wait. So, all right. I don't think I have anything else to tell you on this particular report. Like I said, if you come out to Fork tomorrow or the next day, expect it to be tough. Just expect it Saturday. There's a chance that you're going to fish all day and you may not get your bites until midday or late in the afternoon. It's just cold at night. And the nighttime cool water sinks. So those fish who want to come up shallow, they're not going to come up shallow when that cold nighttime air has made the shallows get cold. Keep that in mind. All right, hit the like button. Comment below. Think about joining members only channel or Let's Talk Fishing channel. Love to have you. Other than that, I'll see you next week, next Tuesday. We'll give you a report and tell you how things are warm trending. If you don't want to come fish Fork over the weekend, you're saying Mike's kind of implying that it's going to be tough, and I'd rather just go have fun. Go to one of the lakes around here that has grass. Go to Lake Welsh. Go to Lake Athens. Athens is awesome. Athens is about the same temperatures as us, a little bit warmer. But the grass acts as a blanket. The grass keeps the fat fish happy. Go to Lake Athens, fish the edge of the grass with weightless flukes and jerk baits, and just go fishing. You'll catch fish. Any one of the lakes around here that has grass, you're going to do a lot better on. And then, of course, you could always go over to Tawakoni and fish for hybrids and stripers because those things are fired up right now pretty fair. If you can find a school of hybrids or stripers, even with your live scope, I know Johnny Geisel was over there the past couple of days, fishing a few days, using his live scope to catch hybrids. And he said it was pretty darn cool. So that's just some food for thought. But I thank you guys so much for your public subscription. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guy.